The 40K Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, plots twist like smoldering fires, but with her blade of pure desire, she claims the stars entire. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Through storms and battle cries, her banners pierce the darkened skies. With bolter hymns the traitor dies, as loyal warriors arise. Saints and psychers bend the flame, every world speaks her name. The Empress rules without shame, as war she does reclaim. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail. For the imperium must not fail. The imperium we prevail. The warriors march with sacred might, their purpose burning crystal bright, to lift the throne world from its plight and guard humanity's light.
The banners rise, the stars ignite, her crimson flame consumes the night. The faith of millions, the guns of might, all roar her name in holy light.
In the ash of stars and dying flame, a red-haired queen of fire came, with eyes of blue that pierced the skies. She cast down gods, she shattered lies. In golden plate and crimson veil, she walks the void where tyrants pale. A sword like comets in her hand, and none for truth shall ever stand. All hail the flame, the wrath, the light, the Empress born of endless fight. No sea, no breath, no traitor's creed. with hate or pride, but sees all hearts, their truth inside. No whisper vile can twist the soul, while she still reigns and keeps us whole. She purges anathemas light with holy flame and burning might. No chaos spawn, no alien kin shall ever breach her light again. The throne of gold, once dim, now burns as justice speaks and fate returns. The traitors scream, the liars cry, are drowned beneath her war-born sky. All hail the flame, the wrath, the light, the empress born of endless fight. No seed of breath, no traitor's creed shall make the children break or bleed. The warp shall scream, the shadows before the gates of heaven's sun. So rise, O sons and daughters true. She watches all, she fights for you. Her light shall fall, her will remain till none but honor shall remain.
Hello, guys, and welcome to the morning news Monday show where we do so many news, especially today. That's crazy. And Super Bowl was last night, but we're not gonna cover that. Although I do want a little commentary from Tsunami here, but maybe if we have time about that. And of course, this is Logan,
Yeah.
my partner in superhero truth, not crime but superheroing.
Yeah.
And the amazing Golden Astardi Goldie. Yes, he's amazingly golden. Amazingly golden golden. So, Tsunami, hi to you. Hi to you.
Hello, chat.
Hello, chat, guys. I'm just gonna say hi to you real quick because after we start this time, there's just no time to read the chat. There's just so many news, so many crazy news. So I'm gonna look at the chat with my eyes. Yeah, and also just keep in mind that I'm acknowledging what you're saying whenever I can. So it's not like I'm not, but we absolutely cannot read the chat today. Just it's that crazy. So of course, Thomas, Mr. Mewtube, Kano, Mike, Man of Gooning. Yeah, that's it. That's it so far. So, Tsunami, before Tsunami, I want to say a bit of a context.
In the contest.
Context. So, context, guys, Goche, you're too close to the mic, my baby boy. Yeah, you're too close to the mic. And then I cannot edit out your breathing sounds. Oh, hot. Okay, I have to stop. You're just too cute. So, mic, hold on, pushing the mic upwards. Okay. So guys, the article that we're going to take a look today is actually tying into what is happening right now. This was like 2023, right? Yeah. Hold on. Yes, this is from 2023, and it absolutely reflects everything that is happening now. So this guy that created this article nailed it. He is so direct. It's amazing. It's just hilarious, and it's perfect for today. So we have to take a look at it. And Tsunami has like the best parts of it. He's gonna read that. So enjoy, guys. Enjoy. We have awesome commentary to make on this one. Tsunami, you're it?
Yeah, you didn't say the go, so I was like, I don't know if you had more to say.
You're
The
it.
defeminization and uglification of women in video games. All right, this whole first paragraph we're just going to skip over. He just gives the basic common sense. People like attractive people. It makes money. Moving into the next article, though, the infiltration of wokeness into the video game industry. For the past 13 years, the video game industry has been under assault by woke interlopers and ideologues. During and after the consumer revolt of Gamergate, many grifting feminists such as Anita Sarkeesian, Zoe Quinn, Brianna Wu, and others used the medium of video games to attack white heterosexual men to launch their careers. In their wake, the video game industry was forever changed to reflect the sensibilities of the mentally ill, feminists, homosexuals, queers, wokesters, and other perverts. Today, the video game industry is a hotbed of symbolic diversity hires, overrepresented leftist radicals, and queer revolutionaries. The chickens of relentless, quote unquote, we need more women, lesbians, in gaming propaganda are coming home to roost as the beliefs of these developers are making their way into the content of video games. In the past, this was achieved by the inclusion of LGBT characters. Today, it's the defeminization of women. Aloy, the poster child of Uglification. Probably the very best example of this madness is the character of Aloy from Horizon Forbidden West video game. This slovenly, clownish-looking, annoying woman is being touted as a paragon of representation by the usual feminist suspects of various gaming websites. Just want to scroll through the photos here and definitely highlight the last one, which is the 4 pictures. A little bit lower. Yep, keep going down. The top right one, if you guys see that. Moving on to meet diversity hire Annie Catan. Introducing Annie Catan, the stunning and brave Asian mastermind behind this fiasco. Interesting how she looks a lot like an Asian lesbian in the game. Self-insertion for the win. So I went and looked this up. She's still the lead writer at Guerrilla Games, and tying this in, we're going to talk later on about the new Horizon game, and that's where this kind of whole thing came from. So this is an important person to take note of. And you can compare the photos if you want to from above. Theory 1. So he goes into his theories as to why this stuff is happening. Theory 1. Pandering to alphabetoids and transgenders. Most men who pretend to be women are hideous and ugly. You can easily tell that they are not women because male factual features are impossible to disguise. The uglification of women in video games is a concerted effort to incrementally shift and then normalize the concept of feminine beauty in the Overton window to make transgender, quote-unquote, females feel welcome and included. In the process, the people behind this madness get to virtue signal and feel good about themselves. Theory 2. Fat acceptance and body positivity. Many of the new breed of ugly female characters in video games are overweight. Modern Western culture has long considered that overweight people are generally unattractive and undesirable. The fattening of video game women is an attempt to normalize fat acceptance and the body positivity movement. It's a desperate attempt to make fat, out-of-shape women feel better about themselves. Moving on to Theory 3. Theory 3. The postmodernist war on truth and beauty. You shall know them by their fruits. Take a look at modern architecture and modern art. It's easy to see that there is a war on beauty by the forces of modernism. Women were created by God to be intrinsically beautiful, to attract men, so that men will marry them, settle down, and have families. Females of all species are purposely more attractive than males. This is a truism. Theory 4. Misandry and the war on men. Modern feminism is all about hating men. They believe men should not derive any pleasure from looking at beautiful women. Most feminists who believe this are not attractive. There is a preposterous feminist theory called the male gaze. It proposes that men only look at attractive women as objects to satisfy their sexual desires, and that's bad. Very bad indeed. Men are not allowed to have sexual desires in this brave new world. I suppose they think that men should walk around with their eyes cast down and speak only when spoken to by women. Who is behind this? In the culture war, there is one particular type of combatant that is a quisling of the highest order. This breed of quote-unquote man is a prime candidate to be both the mastermind and facilitator of this odious practice. He's usually a senior developer in the video game industry. He proudly calls himself a male feminist. Pray to God that you will never meet this type of useless coward in a foxhole. This worthless cretin continuously simps for women in the hope that they will obtain sexual favors from them. In reality, women secretly despise him. Sadly, this is the kind of man that now dominates the male cohort in the industry. He urinates when sitting down, has pronouns in his bio, and virtue signals as if his life depends on it. Conclusion. All of the woke nonsense that has infected popular culture is because of weak men. Without exception, spineless, pudgy beta males run every single video game studio and entertainment conglomerate. Instead of being vigilant gatekeepers, these low testosterone men allowed more women into the locker room, the workplace, and the boardroom. The only men that can survive and thrive in this dysfunctional environment are weak, simping beta males who know how to play the dirty game of office politics. These Teflon coated eunuchs have traded in their manhood and integrity for power. Most of these fools are either degenerate homosexuals or barely straight males cohabitating with radical feminists who give them their marching orders. The defeminization and uglification of women and the overt war on beauty are the latest symptoms of the capture of the entertainment industry by the forces of wokeness and neo-Marxism. End article.
All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. Like, put so well, so well. And this is a little quote here. Truth and goodness and beauty are but different faces of the same all. Yeah, exactly. Because they all represent what is good. What is good. Because, like, beauty is a product of very, well, of, like, evolution, basically.
That
Good
pregnant there
genes.
right there is not beautiful at all.
That's the point.
Yeah.
And actually, I encourage you guys, because this is directly connected also to the Epstein files, and you should watch Blair White's new video about the Epstein files and the demonic stuff that are happening there, and basically the fact that he launched this whole mentality of the transgenderism and all of that. And Blair is a transgender herself, but she's like a true transgender. I mean, she actually has the gender dysphoria, and she hates the woke and everything that entails. So she's like a genuine person, literally, who happens to be trans. She always looks, I mean, he looked like a girl even before she transitioned, and I just call her she because to me she is very feminine. She has a lot of procedures, but even before the procedures, she looked just like a girl, like no difference.
Well, but she needs the procedures. Yeah.
She just wants to look her. Yeah, I mean that's her own choices, really. Never mind that. The point is that what is she saying in the videos, especially the recent videos and that latest video? It's basically taking a look at the Epstein files and how this whole thing started basically from there. That's how it looks like. And Epstein wanted to have all of this evil in the world and to change the minds of everybody and how we think and to accept literal things that will make the whole humanity absolutely degenerate backwards in evolution, destroy everything that is good and moral, like literally. This is anti-feminism, like this is anti-male, this is anything that's human and good. So all of that you see here in games and in movies is a different manifestation of this literally evil. Because although you may think that worshipping evil gods is not a thing, for the elite it is. And remember what Nicki Minaj said a few days ago, and remember actually there's a video of Roseanne saying the same things years ago. Like the same things, but nobody probably paid her any attention back then.
Bar.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, nobody probably paid her any attention. So that is also actually in Blair's video. So definitely check Blair's White's latest videos. She was actually an atheist just very recently. Like her whole life she was a complete atheist. She didn't believe in God, anything like that. But then something profound happened to her, which often happens to good people, something that you cannot deny. It's something that you can consider divine. And she also talked about that, and now she believes in Jesus Christ, like literally. And why Jesus? Well, you will see why in time, I guess. But she also mentioned, I mean, I cannot get into that topic, it's too long. But she mentioned something that's very important: is that why all of the wokeness and all of those things that are the horrible things of today, why are they not attacking the other religions? They're not attacking Buddha, they're not attacking Allah or whatever. They only attack Jesus. Why is that? You have to think about that. So definitely watch her video. That's just gonna put everything into a greater, like, wider perspective for you, but like for sure.
It's a good example. I just remember of how that acceptance of fatness can brainwash you. Remember that French woman from 90 Days?
Oh
Manon?
yes,
Yeah,
90 days.
we saw that years ago she was actually skinny.
Yeah.
To the unhealthy point skinny, of course,
Yeah.
but still she just needed to gain a bit weight. But she said how at that moment she didn't feel like herself and not at her best, and things like that. And then we see the photo of her fat and
Obese, morbidly obese.
actually, and she was parading all around how now she's who she has to be and things that I think that this got into her head actually, and she really decided, if I get fat, people will accept me or something, or I can use that so that people accept me. It kind of sounds like that. It kind of sounds that really those things got into her head and
Yeah.
she used it as a shield or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that,
I mean this is like worship of of weak mindset. It's like worship of everything that is bad and
yeah.
twisted.
She was weak to begin with, and
Yeah.
then that really twisted her. Yeah, so we see a real life example of how this can happen. So
Yeah.
for the person who wasn't fat initially but decided, well, now people will pay him some respect because now this is the new thing or something like that. Yeah. So instead of actually just putting some weight and still being healthy, or training, because she was skinny, yeah, but that's not a problem. You can do it and
No, no.
not be in the two
This is
extremes.
normal thinking for you and for me,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
when woke stuff hit, all the people that are weak-minded, all the people that lacked any moral code, truly integrity, any personality of themselves, they didn't really have had a good I expressed in themselves. So the I mean, the individuality of each and every one of us. Their I was extremely weak. Their willpower, anything that has to do with the person's nature and what makes you you, they didn't have any of that. They just had emotion to begin with, which is very animalistic. And then the woke thing hit, and finally they felt hurt and seen because they never planned to grow to begin with, to
Yeah,
develop a better personality. They were always absolutely
they were
generic.
just waiting for the
and
moment to
only
actually
emotion, nothing else.
finally play the victim card.
Yeah, finally. Oh, great. So
Yeah.
they were just basically pawns for the taking from the beginning, unfortunately. And some of them actually did get onto the better side with time. They did develop a character. I mean, some people did return from the woke. That also is happening. There's some content creators that are like that. But for the most part, those people were just empty vessels from the very beginning for all of this to take root. So unfortunately, that's the case. Tonight, comments about this, and then we're gonna move on to the next actually article, which is connected again to this whole mindset again.
I mean, the author kind of said everything. I posted the link in the chat. This is just Marxism, and we're going to see more of it as we continue in articles throughout the evening. It's just Marxism, and it's the scourge of fucking humanity.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, so guys, let's know what you think in the comments about this article. Give your thoughts and personal experiences, which I'm sure of which there's many. And now let's go to the next, which is, oh my gosh, Overwatch. One of the games that I played like non-stop back when it came out, and I really liked it. I mean, I'm not a super aficionado of online games and multiplayer games in general. I just play for fun here and there. And Overwatch was exactly what I needed. I needed a bit of fun, like 10 minutes matches here and there with friends. That was really so many years ago by this point, and Overwatch was just a very fun game. It launched the hero shooter, it developed it, it made it what it is today. And then they decided to include some politics in it to uglify the characters, but there's still, many female characters in Overwatch that were pretty good looking and whatever. I don't remember everything that happened because that was a long time ago. But I guess Blizzard is taking a note now and they're creating this skin for, I think this is Tracer, right?
I think it's Tracer, yeah.
Yeah, they made her so different. Okay, so let's read this. What the heck is babyfying? Freaking hell. Tsunami.
So, dear Overwatch, please stop babyfying your female characters by Jade King, a man wearing a wig. There was a time when Overwatch felt like the most progressive game in the world. When it first burst onto the scene way back in 2016, it offered a sprawling roster of heroes hailing from a myriad different countries and cultures. This was also before Blizzard was rocked by an avalanche of controversial scandals and was still viewed as the bastion of good by most gamers. When box art star Tracer was first revealed to be a canon lesbian character in a Christmas comic, I was over the moon. While it felt wonderful to see characters like May and Zarya receive so much love despite their unconventional body types. But in the same breath, Overwatch would also receive justified criticism for unlockable skins sporting specific aesthetics that were viewed as lazy cultural appropriation, while queer characters, seemingly being allergic to discussing their identity within the game itself, began to wear fans down, as more and more of the cast were revealed to fall under the LGBTQABCDEFG umbrella. As the hero shooter rebrands itself with the upcoming season and arrival of 5 new heroes to play as, I'm left ruminating where exactly its stances on diversity currently resides, and how exactly Blizzard can stand to keep pushing forward and improving on things. It might still be one of the more progressive games out there, but that doesn't mean it can't be better, Slay Queen. Overwatch desperately needs more diverse female characters. One of the 5 new playable heroes revealed this week is Ayn Rand, the older sister of existing hero Wu Yang Ye. First appearing in Wu Yang's reveal trailer, her facial features appeared far blunter and accentuated, hinting towards what many hoped would one day translate into an incredibly distinct new female character in the game itself. Rather than building on the mostly positive reception from this initial design, her final appearance is babyfied like so many other women in Overwatch's roster. It's like potential is discarded and someone decided to throw Cutico's features onto an entirely new character instead of building something unique. I'm not naive to the gaming landscape that Overwatch exists in, and have no doubt that an enormous team of people decided that making Ayn Rand conventionally attractive and trying to mimic similar successes seen in characters like Kiriko and Juno would be the best route to take. As a consequence, though, she now feels forgettable. I'm not alone in feeling this way. Countless fans have already taken to social media to express their disappointment. It's borderline misogynistic to take a female character who once possessed unique features only to outwardly sexualize her appearance with a cutesy face and tighter clothes designed to accentuate her breasts, hips, and behind. It's so unlike the Overwatch that put itself on the map by defying conventions. Even Widowmaker, who is slim and sexy, manages to own that sexuality instead of letting it be used against him. Juno, Kiriko, and now Ayn Rand fall into the same trap of being adorable and petite East Asian women who sadly aren't very different from one another in terms of design. As Overwatch enters a new era, I was hoping some of these bad habits may be left behind, and progress can be glimpsed in some of the other characters, with Domina being an incredibly strong and confident Indian woman who owns or looks much like Widowmaker and Zarya have over the years. I want to see more female characters like this across the spectrum of culture and attraction that don't feel the same predictable demographic. It sucks for Amra especially, because even if her backstory is incredibly interesting and she receives some exciting cosmetic skins in the future, all of this will be undermined by their base appearance, which refuses to take any chances. It just feels like a natural detriment to Overwatch being a hero shooter trying to appeal to as wide as an audience as possible in a landscape where diversity doesn't carry the weight that it used to. Of all the current live service fandoms out there, Overwatch has an audience who would have celebrated an Ayn Rand design that built upon her debut instead of leaving so many of its hallmarks behind. Unfortunately, that's not what we got. Blizzard saw fit to make her features softer and more cutesy, even if it meant undermining the progress this new era intends to make. End disgusting article.
Boy, there is not much air in that guy's attic or basement, is there?
Oh my
What is he
god.
talking about? The game is freaking first person. You can't even see the characters, man.
Oh, we
most of
can
the
in the
time.
lobby.
You can in the
Oh, you
lobby,
pick this
yeah.
kid. Okay, that's not the point. I want to take this man and everybody that are like him. And man is
Not
a
a
very
man,
strong
actually.
word. Yes, I know. It's a very strong word.
I take this as I'm offended.
I'm sorry. No, you're a real man. You cannot be offended. So this creature, and I'm gonna ask him directly. Isn't it misogynistic to deny beauty? Like, answer me this. No, you cannot go back and try to spin it around. This is a direct question. Answer the question. Isn't it misogynistic to deny beauty? Because beauty is what we have to look upon and admire,
Exactly.
you know, with people, with nature, with anything. It is literal personification of evolution
Yeah.
and everything that is good. We just talked about this with the previous topic.
When you have a cocoon,
It's not genetic.
when you have a cocoon, and the butterfly goes out of the cocoon, it's beautiful. It turns into a beautiful creature. It's the evolution. It doesn't turn into a fat slob again after the cocoon. Say, "Yes, I accept myself out of the cocoon." Jesus Christ, that's why. Get out of the cocoon. You have to be inspired by beauty. Much like comic book characters inspired us, you know, hey, that guy there is muscular, he looks great. Maybe I can do that. Hey, that woman there looks amazing. Maybe I can achieve that. To the best of your possibilities, of course.
Of course.
Empress, if you want to share, I just sent you a link on Discord for Smash. This creature who's talking about, I don't want anything to be pretty. There's a real picture of what this monster looks like, and then look what their
Jesus Christ.
avatar for Twitter looks like.
Oh, hold on.
So
show, let's
apparently
show.
they do believe in beauty.
Okay. I'm trying to put it on screen. Open another window. Hold on. I'm gonna do it.
Sure.
Give me a second. I think
Sorry,
I
I-
actually
I-
opened this previously.
After you mentioned it, I was like, well, look, even this monster wants to try and remove its Adam's apple and make some cutesy whatever.
Here it is.
Yeah.
Here it is.
The audacity. Just the audacity. I mean, Jesus Christ.
The game journal Jade King be like, AI in games is blasphemy. Meanwhile, their ex-profile pic. Yeah, I mean, they believe in beauty, but only for themselves, and
themselves,
nobody
yeah.
else can have it.
Yeah.
I guess, but that's not even beauty.
Oh,
though.
don't scroll too far. This one's the spicy one that's got the F slur against those people all over it. It's a fantastic thread if you guys are interested.
What's
I
wrong with
just
it?
wouldn't go too far. The bad F word for the.
Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, you're not saying it. You could probably scroll down if you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the same weirdo that attacked Marvel Rivals, and what else was it? Oh, shit on AI. Yes, that's the one that.
Exactly. Yes, I would say exactly
Doesn't
that.
get you the attention you deserve.
Exactly.
The one below it's awesome too, from Franklin memes.
Stops the weirdo from entering the woman's bathroom. Yes.
Boy, that should be a real book right there.
Yeah, it's a man, baby. Yeah, that's my face. That's totally my
yes,
face.
totally.
I was dying laughing. This is such a funny thread.
It's again like that. It's again like that part of Johnny Bravo when with the werewolf. And on Wednesdays, I transform into a short, chubby guy called Marvin who collects stamps.
Yeah, right there,
It's
you just
exactly
passed it. That was the AI picture, and they removed the Adam's apple.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, so if those people want to help women, well, help freaking women. Like, stop being such a misogynist.
Like, since when that is the tangential thing is to turn yourself into actually an ugly woman. Don't you have to try to also be better and transform yourself into a beautiful one, like Blair that we talked about? Well, shouldn't you try that? Shouldn't you again try to if it's your natural evolution, what you believe you become? Shouldn't you be really evolved and not just a guy with a wig or something? Or I have my long hair now, so that's it, and I put makeup on, but there is a beard on it, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to other people that don't look as good as me and telling them, "Hey, you look horrible" or whatever. I'm just like, hey, everybody can work on themselves.
Exactly.
You know, everybody
Yeah.
can look better than they already look like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, when I saw my body structure when I was growing up, and like other people were telling me that I have like the sorry, how's the word for aeroglass? No.
Hourglass.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and that my legs were straight and whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe I should train so I can develop this physique better, because if I
Exactly.
don't, it's like going to waste. I can look amazing for years and years and years when I
Yeah.
sustain it and I
Exactly
build
as
it.
you said to me, you know, you can really have actually big shoulders. You have good structure. Then I say, oh, okay. I
Yeah.
can do things about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's
That's it.
men that the clavicle it like reaches to here. I've seen that, or
Jesus
here.
Christ, yeah.
So at least you have like broader shoulders than most
Yeah,
guys.
and you work on that, and I know that I have good traps, for
Hourglass, yes,
example.
Gano,
Yeah.
yes.
And
Hourglass.
now in Bulgaria we're a bit more direct. So if we really see someone whining about being fat or things like that, we'll just say, "Man, you really are, but you can change that. You're not going to be that." Okay, no, I say to I have a friend who is fat. I told him, "Man, you're fat. Stop whining about it," because he's always whining. And I said,
Go
"Then do
fix it."
something, man." But I like eating this, and I said, you don't have to stop with anything of those. You just need to be more careful about it, and that's it, you know. But I like drinking alcohol, man. I can't help you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we will say it.
But
We will
never
say
mind, the
it.
hypocrisy that everybody are pointing out here is that this guy wants to be a hot chick while hating on hot
While
chicks.
hating on hot chicks, yeah.
I mean, those people make no sense. They
asshole.
never did, and they never will, because everything that they built is like on a quicksand. Everything. There's no logic in any of this. Okay, guys. So let's know what you think about this topic. It's just great. And now let's move on to Jared Leto. Now we are going towards like the superhero part of
We
the
skipped the
stream.
Horizon.
What?
Horizon, the new Horizon game. You skipped that one.
Oh yeah.
I didn't skip it. It's the next topic.
All right.
Okay, I guess the order got mixed up. Okay, cool. Jared
Yeah.
Leto on it.
I mean, that's the order that I pasted you in Discord as well. Okay, so I just want to do that because I'm considering also editing. So that's why we're, you're making, we're changing gaming for just a bit, so I can, the order that I will cut those things. Anyway, so yeah, let's refresh, and then we're going to
To the beginning.
we're going back to the gaming, and then other things. So Jared Leto Skeletor is the embodiment of toxic masculinity in Masters of the Universe. Seriously, by Matt MC Cloyne,
McGloin.
McCloyne. Anyway, who usually don't like these things, and we don't like these things as well. Now, before we read this article, because we heard about this like a few days ago, just keep in mind, guys, just keep in mind just a little bit that maybe all of this is bullshit. Because back when we were looking at the news for Fantastic Four, like everybody and their mother, like the director or whoever, they were saying stuff like Sue Storm's gonna be front and center, she's gonna emasculate Richards, she's gonna be the leader of the group, all those things that were not true at all, and the movie was based and normal. It was like old Marvel. But of course, this ruined the movie. This ruined the perception of the movie. People didn't want to go see it. So maybe this is bullshit. Maybe it's not. Who knows? Also, if you are a villain, you're supposed to be the embodiment of everything bad. So I don't expect that Skeletor will respect women or whatever. No. I expect him to be as evil as humanly possible. So if he is misogynist, then he's a villain.
He literally has a female servant there. How can he respect women?
Yeah. I mean, so maybe that is totally in character, but the way that it's said, that's the problem. Because now we all connect these words to today's woke mindset that destroys everything that we love. So you feel free, Tsunami, to take it away now.
First, it's He-Man using pronouns, and now Skeletor is back, and apparently he's not just a villain anymore, but a walking symbol of quote-unquote toxic masculinity. That's how Masters of the Universe director Travis Knight is now framing Jared Leto's version of the iconic villain in the upcoming reboot. Yes, really. A faithful recreation? In an interview with Empire, Knight revealed that Leto's take on Skeletor will be a faithful recreation of the classical character. Skullface and all, but with a modern psychological twist. Skeletor's kind of the embodiment of toxic masculinity, Knight said, without a hint of irony. Weirdo. The timing couldn't be more awkward. Leto, whose reputation has been clouded by a long trail of allegations ranging from predatory behavior to sexual assault accusations, some of which have recently resurfaced, is now apparently the poster child for toxic male archetypes. The idea that Leto would portray a villain steeped in insecure, domineering energy seems less like a creative decision and more like typecasting. And get this, it was Leto who went after the role. Knight said Leto actually sought out the role because of his deep affinity for the character. He wanted to swing for the fences, Knight added, and ultimately we landed on something that I'm really happy with. But framing Skeletor as a symbol of toxic masculinity in today's cultural climate and casting a polarizing actor like Leto in the role feels like a PR disaster waiting to happen, especially considering the movie is being marketed on nostalgia and childhood on iconography. To date, Leto hasn't been involved in any of the marketing, and he hasn't even shared the trailer with his 11.7 million followers on Instagram. Knight keeps it classic. While Skeletor may be going woke, at least he will look cool doing it. Knight seems committed to nailing the aesthetic, rejecting earlier script ideas where Skeletor wore a golden mask. I said, fuck that shit. Skeletor has a skull face, Knight told Empire. It's a living, talking, emoting skull, and that's it. Masters of the Universe opens in theaters June 5th, 2026. Also starring Nicholas Galitzine as Prince Adam and He-Man, with Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms, Camila Mendes as Tila, and more. End article.
Yeah. So again, this is not telling us anything worse than what we
Except
already...
that Travis Knight talks out of his ass probably again.
Yeah,
so
I mean, whatever we said.
Yeah.
This exactly seems what we just said, that this seems like he's just talking out.
It's again how Nicholas Galitzine was also talking stupid things about modern He-Man and things like that. Much like Vanessa Kirby was talking stupid things about Fantastic Four. Not only the director, I remember that Vanessa Kirby also said things about Sue Storm and things, Sue Richards.
Yeah, so I mean,
but,
they're literally talking, saying things that are not true.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And that will hurt the movie indeed. Now, of course, that probably they don't understand also what exactly toxic masculinity is, because remember what, again, when David Harbour was talking about Hopper, you know.
Another example.
Yeah, and he said, 11 must live with Hopper's toxic masculinity. And say, what are you talking about? Hopper is not like that. Do you know the character that you're playing? What are you talking about?
At least he's playing him correctly.
Yeah, at least that. But where does he see the toxic masculinity?
Yeah.
Same thing with Skeletor.
It's normal to be a dad and tell your daughter what she's doing wrong because, I mean, for goodness sake, that's how teenagers are. Anyway, if she was a boy, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's no difference.
And Skeletor, really, he's evil. Evilene is there. He manipulates her. He, she's his servant. In some iterations, she loved him when he was human, and she's there just because of that. But he doesn't care about her, just much like the Joker and Harley. So, of course, he'll be toxic. But do you have to say it that way? That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because now when people hear this, and automatically you're, okay, now it's again the moment. Just say he's evil. He's evil like in the cartoon. That's it.
Yeah, he's evil. End of story.
Who needs those modern things again? Just promote your movie. Say he's evil, yes. Just like he said, no, it's not going to be a golden mask. He's a talking skeleton. That's it. We're doing that. Perfect. Stop there.
Yeah,
Stop right there.
I'm happy that he decided to be faithful.
Yeah, I mean, now we have the technology to do it. It doesn't need to be prosthetics or anything else.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, we just started watching Masters of the Universe from 1987, and the rubber mask on that actor is not emoting very well. It's barely moving at all. And that's a reflection of the time. Like,
Also,
he's trying to move it, but it looks ridiculous, and he's like, meh, meh. It's like a rubber that does this.
Also, you can see his human eyes because there was no way to do the gaping holes and the red. Now we have that.
Yeah, you can see his mouth under the rubber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing whatever he can, of course. But
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Tsunami, let us know what you think.
These idiots can't stop, like not realizing that they're emptying out movie theaters. They're literally killing the whole concept of going to the theater to watch a movie by this idiotic thing. Like, why are they doing this? This hurt Fantastic Four because people were like, oh, I'm out. Like, as soon as they heard any of that stuff, there's going to be some people that are not going to get tickets. They'll wait till it comes out on home video or on streaming services or whatever. They're just going to go ahead and like completely avoid it. Going to the theater now is a huge pain in the ass. You should be hyping people up. You should like say anything that's just about your movie that has nothing to do with modern day politics. Hey, we love the show. This is from our youth. We thought it was a really great idea. It's going to be great. Number one and number two, if they want to try and come up with some kind of like saving grace here, Jared Leto will sound like Skeletor from the old cartoon, not like Joker Skeletor. If they do that, they have a chance here. But they're really like they're making some serious mistakes between the lead actor and the director already coming out with this nonsense.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We're gonna go and watch the movie soon as it comes out, soon as we can. When that happens, then we're gonna tell you firsthand.
I'm actually kind of more excited to see this in June than Supergirl, which comes out in June too.
Oh my god, don't mention it. I'm already traumatized by whatever's gonna happen to Crypto there because probably something's gonna happen. You can see it in the trailer. And James Gunn loves to torture animals in his movies, so
And
he can
us with
bring
his movies, yes.
yeah, and so he can bring some kind of emotion out of people.
So yeah,
It's disgusting.
let's again, as we said, people don't jump to conclusions just because the director and actors talk out of their asses. There are examples that prove otherwise. Fantastic Four was one of those examples.
This
So,
ties right back into the original article. This is like beta men, California mentality, putting it out there as though everyone is from fucking like Hollywood area or Los Angeles. It's ridiculous. They need to fucking stop this shit. But you could see that it's a continuing process of them attacking men directly. What it means to be a man. They attack traditional women. They're just consistently on the attack, and they're hurting their own fucking sales as a result of it. These absolute retards.
Yeah, absolutely. And to answer Mike real quick, we didn't finish the movie. We just started it. There is no really much time. We'll see when we can finish.
I
the
have seen
whole
it many times.
thing. Yeah, I haven't. So, okay, guys, let's know what you think in the comments about this particular article. And now we're moving back to gaming. So, Horizon Hunters is a game that is basically not coming from, but yeah, this is a spin-off, multiplayer spin-off of Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon whatever. And I did played the first game, completed it, started the second one, didn't complete it yet. But usually those are very good games. They did screw up Aloy, with how she looks like, because the original actress actually, I mean, that Aloy is based on, she looks great, but we can't have that, I guess. So now they're going one step further with this multiplayer trash that nobody wants, and Sony seems to be focusing a lot of live service games instead of what they're originally known for and dominating in, which is the sphere of single player games like Uncharted series, God of War. Well, I wouldn't say Gran Turismo, but okay, Gran Turismo. Just on top of my head, there's so many games like The Last of Us and Killzone. Although, who cares about Killzone? There's many other games that I love. I just, this is just on top of my head. They just have the best exclusive games, and they always have. So now they're focusing on a totally different model that is horrible. Like, who wants this? This is proven to be super, I mean, not the cash cow that they imagined, because quality always goes further. And these games you can only play for a few, like sometimes minutes even, depending on the match types or whatever. And it's like fast food, you forget about it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't hold any weight. That's how live service games are. People that have a lot of times on their hands sometimes get very involved in these, but for the most part, everybody remembers only the single player games that have a good story, great gameplay, and that is what actually sticks in our heart and minds for years. That has been proven endless amounts of times.
Yeah.
So now let's see what the ugly, actually this is Jabba the Hutt. For
Just
me,
disgusting.
this character here, Disgusting, shout out to Disgusting, he sent me a picture of this character made to look like Jabba the Hutt, and I thought that that's like a real picture from the game.
I'd rather see Jabba than this.
Might as well will be, because this is the closest thing to Jabba the Hutt, probably in games that I've seen, and it happens to be female. If that is a female, I don't know how you can call that. It's a it, probably. So, feel free, Tsunami, to start reading.
All right. Horizon Hunters Gathering trailer sparks backlash. Concord vibes, forced characters, and live service fatigue hits Sony's new co-op game. Today, Sony released a trailer for Horizon Hunters Gathering, a new live service game that takes place in the same universe as the two main Horizon games, Horizon Zero Dawn and Horizon Forbidden West. From Jeff Keighley, announcement trailer for Horizon Hunters Gathering, new live service game for PS5 and PC for PlayStation. The Horizon games are set in the future where mankind has devolved into a primitive society, with tribes hunting and gathering while giant machines walk the earth as the dominant species. Players control Aloy, an outcast from one of the tribes who hunts the machines as she tries to discover the secrets of her past. And in the second game, seeks a way to stop a plague. The mix of advanced technology and archaic weapons and clothing sets the Horizon apart from other adventure games, except Turok, with Zero Dawn becoming one of the best-selling PlayStation 4 games ever. However, Horizon Hunters Gathering appears to be a tonal and visual shift from the previous Horizon games, with more kid-friendly animation and some odd character aesthetics. Sony's announcement calls it a cooperative action game in which up to 3 players can form a team and fight machines together using tactical, reactive, and deeply skill-based combat. But the clearly different tone is not mentioned, although it's hard to miss, such as in the clip posted towards the end of the announcement, where the cartoonish characters are dancing around their encampment. An extended video with some details from game designer Arjan Bach of Guerrilla Games, the Sony in-house studio behind the Horizon games, reveals that this was a deliberate choice that the development team believed would suit the co-op gameplay better, for some reason. The other obvious change is seen in the characters' looks, which brings to mind Sony's massive failure, Concord, more than the previous Horizon games. A couple of the characters look like they were designed based on a modern-day checklist of traits. An obese woman who appears to be the bruiser of the group, and a woman with pink hair and a tattoo sleeve on her arm. Concord was roundly mocked for its characters, particularly another obese woman whose presence felt forced to many gamers. Unsurprisingly, the comments to Jeff Keighley's X-Post about the Horizon Hunters Gathering trailer are scathing. One ex-user points out the absurdity of a woman as heavyset as the one in the trailer moving as fast as she does. The greatest hunters. Gigantic fat woman moving faster than any gigantic fat woman ever has. Lots of smirks, and that just happened looks, holy shit, this looks atrocious. Another compares it to the favorable aesthetics of Japanese games. For contrast, here is this game versus Wuthering Waves, for example. Do people not care about aesthetics anymore in the West? I mean, come on. Someone else likens it to not only to Concord, but to the recent debacle, Highguard. Is this Concord 3 or Highguard 2? One comment called out the character composition, but also mentioned live service fatigue, boredom with the Horizon games, and a desire for Guerrilla Games to return to the Killzone series, a line of shooters that ended in 2013. Interestingly, the Sony announcement was written by Arjan Bach, who said that one of the reasons the game was conceived was to bring the multiplayer gameplay of Killzone to the Horizon universe. That doesn't seem to be exciting many people. Perhaps a full return to Killzone would be warranted, if only as a break from Horizon. It's hard to imagine the aesthetics of Horizon Hunters Gathering working in a Killzone game, though maybe the Guerrilla team needed to scratch an itch with this one. End article.
Okay.
Why is the fat woman always the bruiser?
Yeah, let's play the trailer now. So
Yeah.
So, as usual, guys, this is nonsense, complete and utter shit. There's nothing else to say, really. I mean, again, it's the defeminization, I cannot say that, of women.
They were the guardians.
It's a destruction, actually, of the game itself and the world, because the game has amazing graphics. It's super, like, realistic, you can say. It's, you know, like Uncharted and other games. It's single-player game, so they're basing this whole thing on a single-player game that usually is a very good game. You cannot replicate single-player game success and market a multiplayer to the people when they love single player games, they will probably not play this, especially when it doesn't even look like the thing that they love. And I'm saying this from first hand because I usually love the games.
Even the guys.
I mean, I haven't finished the last one because I don't have time, but what I played, I did like. So this is not catering to me at all. I don't care about this. I would rather play like if I had a VR headset, I would play the VR game for sure. I would love to try that, but
Is it
this,
supposed
no.
to be aimed at kids who have more time to play that, but they don't care. They usually play Fortnite and stuff like that. They
Yeah.
jump into a new thing just like that.
Yeah, tell me when a fat woman with a big leg. She doesn't even have like.
Correct. So this is again ticking boxes here, right?
Yeah, she's probably a lesbian too.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Yeah,
Or bi.
this guy is.
I don't know. This guy is fat.
This guy is fat with the opposite of a male structure, which is broad
Of
shoulders,
course,
small
the pink
waist.
hair and things like that.
Yeah,
And she's probably Indian or Arabic or something.
I don't know. She looks white, but I mean, these characters are ugly. And some people on the internet actually said that these characters are just created to look like villains and not the heroes, which I think is pretty correct.
It's
Like,
correct indeed, yeah.
and look at that guy with the white hair. He's like a copy from what was that guy name from Overwatch?
Oh yeah. What was his name?
Ratchet? No, guys, I forgot how this guy is called. He looks exactly like the guy from Overwatch. He looks like a total ripoff of this guy. So this is just basically like Overwatch 2.0 with ugly characters. Again, she also looks like a villain. Look at that. A villain. Look at this guy.
Totally a villain.
Totally a
Her
villain.
head looks so small compared to everything else on the body. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
How does she stand on that leg?
It's a fat female custodial all over again.
How is she standing on that
Oh yeah,
leg? indeed?
that big leg's gonna break in
Yeah.
half. That's gonna
Jesus
be
Christ.
what's gonna happen here. I mean, I have friends that are obese. They barely can move
Yeah.
at all. Like we are climbing a hill. One time it's not even that steep hill, and my friend is like, I can't do it.
People should really understand that it's unhealthy. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's just unhealthy. Yeah.
I mean, you can be the same when you are out of shape and relatively not fat. You can feel the same way. But
Still
when
be
you
out
are
of shape, yeah.
heavy, it's making things a lot worse. So, tonight, what do you think?
I think it's Concord 4. I mean, they're just keeping in the same mistake. I guess they already made this shit. It's trash. And it's going to get treated like that. And then all the journos and the fucking fakesters are going to come out and claim, oh, the bigots came out against this, blah, blah, blah. It's just poo poo.
It's
Nobody wants to
literally
play
hot
that
trash.
giant fucking fat monster.
Yeah, it's literally the hot trash if I ever see one.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So let us know what you think, guys. But again, destruction of women, destruction of beauty, the glorification of being fat and out of shape. And again, I have friends that are like that. They don't want to be like that, but
Yeah.
because they're Bulgarian, they admit that they're lazy.
Yeah. That's true.
That's the truth. They
That's true.
just admit they're lazy. They have no willpower. And actually, one of my friends said that the only way she's not eating everything is if you put her in a room and close the door.
Is she going to eat the room then, or?
Oh, she said I'm gonna starve in there, and that's the only way for keeping me, out of the fridge. That is literally what she said.
Yeah.
So, the other one, I haven't spoken about all of the friends that are fat. I just have 3, I think, or 4, whatever, that are super fat or morbidly obese for sure too. I haven't poked them, but I'm just gonna say that another friend that I have that's like super fat, she actually got into online dating and she found a guy that is 3 times fatter than her. I never seen such a thing in real life. I mean, we went to get a coffee at McDonald's years ago, and that guy entered somehow through the door. I don't know how, but he got in.
That McDonald's here,
Yeah.
in the neighborhood. Okay.
And he sat down. I don't know how, again. It's a mystery. He managed to somehow get between the tables and sit down. And I was like that. I tried to not show it because, so this is me This is how fat I am. And this guy was. I can't even show it. I never seen such thing in my whole life.
Did he say when he opened his mouth? Did he say Mr. Jabba Solo? Oh,
I mean,
no.
Oh, 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 oh,
he was so fat that his
Wookie, whoa, oh, oh.
exactly. So he was so fat that his skin, the pores of his skin were huge and they oozed fat.
Amazing, amazing.
I never, guys.
Amazing.
I was so shocked. Like his face, he had fat in his eyebrows. His eyebrows were protruding, like the whole brow area was protruding forward from the fat, and his cheekbones were all fat, and they covered his eyes almost.
So in her profile in that dating app, did she write, "I have no standards whatsoever"?
I mean,
what? Yeah.
she's actually a pretty girl. She's just, fat, but she's not like so morbidly obese like him. She's like this big, but he was, like I said, wow. Anyway, so I was like, how do you guys have sex? I have no idea. Where is your pee-pee? It's probably not, you don't
Probably
even,
has
he
no
can't
idea
see
too.
it.
You know,
I mean, that's for sure.
He has
He
to do
can't see
that
it.
or something.
He can't see it, guys.
Jesus.
Oh my god. How do they do that? I mean, and she's so fat that he can't even get in there because
Jesus Christ.
he has to get to all the
Jesus
fat
Christ,
first.
yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. So point being, this is not healthy, it's not aesthetic, and you're not doing yourself any favors, and definitely gaming studios who worship this this shit that is secretly evil, and we discussed where that's coming from in the previous topics. Freaking demonic crap here.
I remember a line from a funny movie with action movie with Bruce Willis about a fat woman, but I don't know if I should say it anyway.
Well, I already said that there was a fat oozing from this guy's pores.
So in that movie, I forget with who it was. I think it was, I don't know, it was an action movie. I watched it when I was a child with Bruce Willis. Kind of reminded me of Die Hard, but he was caught by the bad guy, and one bad guy is talking trash to him, and he said, "Oh yeah, well, your mother is so fat, so that I have sex with her, I have to roll her around in flour."
In flour.
Flour.
Yeah.
For baking flour. Yeah. To find the wet spot.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. Me neither. As a child. Then later years,
my God.
I was one day I was sitting, and then that line just came up into my head and said, "Oh."
Oh my gosh. Oh my god, Tsunami, are you alive there?
Yeah.
Tsunami.
Bruce Willis, everyone. Yeah.
Tsunami.
Great movie.
What's
Are
up?
you alive? Are you alive?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Because I almost vaporized by this.
I told you.
Okay, guys. So tell us what you think in the comments. And if you have problems getting into shape, you can always ask me. So I wasn't always lean and fit.
Me neither.
Nah, so, well, I wasn't obese, but still. Fluffy. Here
He is. Missing people.
Okay, guys, so now we have finally something that connects to Warhammer and hopefully is true. Hopefully, we don't know. So this article comes to us from C News, and it goes like, all the writers went home except him. Why Henry Cavill is still correcting 300 lines of lore at 4 a.m. for the Amazon series. And this is, of course, about our beloved Warhammer 40k universe. It's also infected by the woke mindset, but we do have still a lot of faith in Henry, because he wasn't signed up to this if this wasn't what he wanted to be. Also, there's some rumors that some people on the inside told me that I can't say that they're true or not, that basically whatever agreements Warhammer 40k, I mean GW, has with Amazon and Henry, there were like initial guidelines, and everything that Henry wants to do after those guidelines is his prerogative. So basically this could mean that maybe female custodians are not going to be featured if they didn't agree upon this beforehand.
Nice.
This is just like, take this with a huge grain of salt. Take this with a grain of salt. That's it. We don't know.
I hope he's walking around like a Highlander with his sword, cutting woke heads and stuff like that.
Hopefully, yes.
Here we are. Yes.
Okay, stop it. Tsunami, please read the article.
In January 2026, as the writing room for Amazon's highly anticipated Warhammer 40k series officially wrapped its work on Season 1, the lights went out across the production offices. Almost everywhere. Almost. According to multiple sources close to the project, one figure routinely stayed behind long after midnight, still hunched over scripts at 4 a.m. Executive producer and star Henry Cavill. This is not a case of performative dedication or celebrity micromanagement. For Cavill, Warhammer 40k is not simply another prestige streaming project. It is sacred text, and he has positioned himself as its final line of defense. While the writers completed their drafts, Cavill reportedly undertook what crew members have dubbed lore audits, personally reviewing more than 300 individual lines of dialogue, terminology, and world-building detail. This included verifying Space Marine chapter armor color schemes, cross-checking Imperial iconography, and ensuring the correct pronunciation of notoriously dense High Gothic terms like Adeptus Astartes. In a universe where one incorrect insignia can spark fan outrage, Cavill is determined that nothing slips through. His intensity is rooted in genuine fandom. Cavill has never hidden his lifelong obsession with Warhammer 40k, famously assembling and painting his own tabletop armies during lockdown. Unlike many executive producers who arrive after a property's foundations are laid, Cavill understands the franchise from the inside out. Its bleak philosophy, its religious militarism, and its defining refusal to offer hope or moral comfort. Industry insiders suggest this vigilance is informed by experience. During his time on The Witcher, Cavill was known for pushing back against deviations from the source novels, often advocating for book-accurate dialogue and characterization. On Warhammer, however, he holds real power. As an executive producer, he is no longer asking, he is deciding. That authority matters. Warhammer 40k is famously hostile to simplification. Its grim-dark tone is not aesthetic window dressing, it is the narrative engine. Cavill has reportedly blocked attempts to soften the imperium of man or reframe the settings as conventional sci-fi heroism. To him, fidelity is not a creative limitation, it is the point. The broader franchise ambitions only raise the stakes. Amazon MGM Studios' deal with Games Workshop, finalized in late 2024, is intended to launch a sprawling cinematic universe. Pre-production is now underway in London under a Cavill-led initiative known internally as Project One, a team stacked with lore specialists rather than generalist writers. Even Amazon's animated anthology, Secret Level, released in December 2025, is said to have served as a visual benchmark for Cavill standards. When Cavill shared an image of the Imperial Aquila online in January 2026, fans understood the message instantly. The Imperium is coming, and it will not be diluted. In an industry known for sanding down difficult worlds to broaden appeal, Henry Cavill's 4 a.m. vigilance sends a clear signal. For once, the lore is not being adapted around the fans. It is being guarded for them. End article.
I hope that is true. Yeah, that's the Imperial Aquila. Aquila is how you say it. But yeah, this is amazing if it's true. Again, we gotta repeat that. It sounds exactly like Henry Cavill, so that's why I hope it is true, and I am very inclined to believe it because it sounds exactly like Henry.
Yeah.
Like he showed that many times based on pictures that he's reading the lore. He showed that even with The Witcher. We know that he tried to correct things on the show. Sometimes they listen to him, but most times not. At the beginning, yes, but then they were like, screw it, we're gonna do whatever we want. He wrote like that scene with Roach or whatever.
Yeah.
So we know that he knows exactly the insides and outs of Warhammer 40k, and he wants to deliver it like people see it or, saw it for years, not what it is trying to become right now.
As it should be, as what made him fall in love in that universe.
Yeah. So what is stopping him from just showing, let's say, custodies, but just the male custodies? I mean, they're more than the women anyway.
I mean, now he's the executive producer, as it said in the article, so he is making the decisions. If he decides not to have that,
Yeah, hopefully Sisters of Battle and Sisters of Silence are gonna be beautiful, and the way that they look and all those things, that still hasn't changed, actually. They still portrayed, well, at least feminine, but some of the models are pretty ugly, which is probably either a printing issue or on purpose, who knows. Anyway, so this sounds super epic and super hopeful. Tsunami, what do you think actually when you're reading this?
On top of what I read with this, the suggested rumors or like the rumors surrounding what's it going to be about, it's really exciting. Obviously, fans want him to. They think of him as the Emperor. I don't think they're going to go there. They also mentioned doing something like Eisenhorn, which be pretty cool. I don't think I'd like to see him in that role. But or Titus. They also brought up Titus. So there's some interesting stuff going on here. This is a lot of like. I can't. I don't normally like this hope business, but it's got me hoping again. I know Henry Cavill's a very serious dude about protecting lore. He's been famous for it for years. So this is hope, fingers crossed, that Amazon just like let this man cook. Let him cook, let him do the thing, and you guys are gonna have an absolute fucking banger on your hands. Hopefully, with the losses they're gonna take over Rings of Power, and most likely this Lara Croft series coming up, they're gonna be like, we kind of need money again. So hopefully that will like implore them to just go ahead and be like, hey man, run with it, do what you want to. That remains to be seen though. So he's got a lot of opposition to what he wants to do. We'll see what he can get away with though. So fingers crossed. Hope all goes for it.
Absolutely, fingers crossed. And yeah, they're probably gonna take some losses with Lara Croft.
Oh yeah, so they do need the money.
Yeah, we
actually,
have to
yes.
mention that as well. But hopefully not with Warhammer. Warhammer's gonna be such a hit, especially for people that never seen it as well. It's gonna be
Yeah.
such a like, wow, this is so different what I've seen because it really has the aesthetic.
Hopefully they'll see
to
that Henry knows what he's doing and say, hey, that guy knows what he's doing. Let just leave him do his thing and then money. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. So guys, let us know what you think in the comments about this. This is super exciting, and again, hopefully it's true. Now I just want to say something to the chat. Hey chat, hi guys. Today we're very limited with time. That's why we're not addressing anybody. I'm happy that Waiko is here. I'm happy that Hello Bricks is here. I'm reading your comments. That's Men of Gunning?
Yeah, highly.
Ah,
That's his
that's
channel.
new
Yeah.
channel. Okay. Oh yes, that's exact true. It's just that we're super limited. We have only 30 minutes, like barely 30. So that's why we are running things. But if you like to support the stream, because lately that is just not happening, you can do it on the gaming channel, of course, PayPal and all of that. Of course, if you can, if you like. Now, continuing to the next topic. Let's see, what is that? Oh,
No, but-
I'm just gonna. Okay, let's make this very
My
short.
eyes. My eyes.
Your
yeah.
eyes. So this is Elliot Page, who is rumored to play Hermes in Nolan's Odyssey. We don't know if that is true, but I think that's pretty much confirmed that she is in the movie Tsunami.
Mhm.
I think
True.
it's pretty much confirmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is confirmed.
So since she thinks that she's a man, they're going to use her as a man. That's no
Yeah,
brainer.
that's
No
no-brainer.
brainer for them. I mean, so that's what they're going to do. If she is playing, I just can't. I mean, I am used to her being a woman my
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
life before.
Absolutely.
before
she,
this
she,
happened.
she played Shadowcat in X-Men. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she was a beautiful girl. And of course, some people speculate that she was indoctrinated into that mindset, which, knowing what we know now about Hollywood, this is
Wouldn't be
totally the
surprised,
case.
yeah.
She's not actually
Is that
feeling like a
really
man, but
her body?
yeah, think so.
So she went full transition.
Yeah, unfortunately for all of us,
Jesus
and for
Christ, yeah.
her, because she mutilated her body, and that's never going back on that.
Never going back on that, yeah.
So look at how she looked like before.
Yeah.
A very beautiful girl. Nothing we can say. Now I mean, I don't think that she looks like a guy now. She still looks like a manly woman or something like that. Still
It
doesn't
looks
look like a man.
more,
And that's how I feel.
yeah. Looks more like one of those lesbians that dress up like as men, but but you know that it's a woman kind of. Jesus Christ.
Someone
Yeah.
should stop Nolan before it's too late. How? You can't stop Nolan.
It's already too late. I mean,
It's too late. Yeah.
people are cast,
The only thing
the
that we
movie's
can do,
happening.
and I encourage you to do this, this woke mindset code has to stop.
Mm.
So, not support it. Just don't go and watch the movie. Just don't go. It doesn't matter that Christopher Nolan is the director. As we spoken
Doesn't matter,
before,
doesn't matter.
he's a pretentious prick, and his movies are not that good and not that deep. They just simulate depth, but actually they're not. If you really try to dissect them, things that don't make any sense come out. That's what's happening, and that not because we lack in philosophical understandings and sci-fi whatever knowledge. Is because that is really what it is. Like take one amazing teacher, literature teacher, let's say, who analyzed authors their whole life, secret meanings, and read tons of books on theosophy and religion and space stuff and whatever, and they're gonna tell you the same thing. This is very surface level pretending to be profound. That's
like
how he works.
high cinema, and you're cut into that mentality of, if I understand that or get behind it, I'm also a high person because I like high cinema and stuff like that. But there is nothing high in that. Even in his in the Dark Knight Rises was the one that is the worst, right? Yeah, because I just erased that movie out of my mind.
I mean,
okay,
we see how amazing he is now.
When he claimed for realism, and then he gives me that brace that they're put on the knee of Bruce Wayne, and he said, "You're healed," and I say, how? But anyway, guys, even if you like his movies and you don't agree with what we said about him being a pretentious asshole, but he totally is. But anyway, even if you don't agree with that and you like his movies, don't go to see that movie.
Yeah,
Don't go just because he's the director and you like his movies and you think he'll do a good job. He's already proven that he won't do a good job. If he decided this is my cast, that means that he's already into the mindset, I need to tick the boxes or whatever. Yeah, sure, maybe the studio told him, but if he was that big of a director, he doesn't need to do those things. He can choose. He's one of those directors who can choose what I want to do with which studio I can work.
And he chose the code.
And he chose the code. He chose, okay, Lupita Nyong'o, Elliot, whatever his name. What was that rapper there that is, I don't know what his name, Travis Knight and things like that. Freaking John Leguizamo, who is talking shit now on the internet. He already made his choice.
Yeah.
The dice are cast, as I would say it in Latin, but I forget how it is.
And also this guy here says no one is actively participating in the destruction of his film career by caving into woke DI pressures. This movie is going to bomb hard. Casting a black Helen of Troy wasn't enough virtue signal. Now he wants to cast a trans actor too. Yeah.
Now is the moment to prove that those things don't work. Just don't go. Don't give your money. As Tsunami said, it's already a pain in the ass to go to the cinema anyway.
Yeah.
You know, in Bulgaria, it's not so far away. We have it in closer places, but it's still expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give my money to that.
Yeah.
They will know, oh, it works.
And this Carolina person says, imagine being a beautiful girl and ending up to become this. And the crazy thing is that all wackos that surround her will tell her how handsome she has become. Yes, it's exactly disgusting. This is indoctrination, brainwashing. This is the epitome and personification of this. Unfortunately, she's a victim, like all other people are in Hollywood. You went full retard, man. Never go full retard.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let's know what you think about this. But of course, Tsunami, please tell me what you think first.
Good luck to the makeup department hiding those scars.
Yeah, they will. They will. That's not a question. They will. But at least if she's gonna take so many hormones and whatever, just train more and look more like a man. Just, you know, women have the same pecs underneath the breast, so she can totally look. She has a male body if she trains really hard. So at least do that.
They're trying to push him or her as a Robin now. So lots of photos and saying
Okay, just no.
Anyway.
Just no. Okay, guys, let me know what you think in the comments, please. And now let's move on to this news, which is Zack Snyder. Something manly, guys.
Something manly
for us to behold. Zack Snyder shares new Ben Affleck Batman Dark Knight image. And this is the image. Shadowing it in the mist. Looks awesome. This is his Instagram, of course.
Oh, look, Batman.
That's like a real Batman, if I ever seen one, and I have. It's this one.
Yeah.
So, tonight, read a little bit of this article, please.
Zack Snyder has shared another striking image of Ben Affleck as Batman, this time emphasizing the cinematic craftsmanship behind the shot and noting he's the Dark Knight. Posting the black and white image to Instagram, Snyder wrote, "Wide lens, Dark Knight, Leica MD 28mm f1.7. The photo captures Affleck's Batman emerging through smoke on set, framed with the wide lens that amplifies scale and atmosphere. A visual style Snyder frequently used throughout Batman v Superman and Zack Snyder's Justice League. Snyder's Batman and The Dark Knight Returns. The timing of the post has again fueled speculation about Snyder's future with the character. We've been told that if Netflix does end up acquiring Warner Brothers Discovery, Snyder could finally move forward with a live-action adaptation of The Dark Knight Returns, a project he has long said he wants to make comic accurate. According to our sources, Snyder's preferred Batman for that story remains Ben Affleck, who'd be willing to return under the right circumstances. Paramount outcome could bring full Snyderverse return. Meanwhile, if Paramount ends up winning the battle for Warner Brothers Discovery instead of Netflix, we're told the Snyderverse would be back in full play, not just a standalone Batman project. Our insiders recently filled us in that Zack has new ideas for the Justice League sequels, which would also bring back Henry Cavill as Superman, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman, and Jason Momoa as Aquaman. Snyder's recent wave of DCEU image drops, including Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg, Steppenwolf, and now Batman posts, multiple Batman posts, is said to have been part of an effort to gauge fans' response and engagement. So far, the response has been loud. End article.
Yes,
Yeah,
this
indeed.
is this just fuels the fire that we already talked about for like a few months now, and it's just very hopeful and amazing, and it looks like it has a lot of merit. I mean, fast
Yeah.
forward when we started covering this until now, things are just gotten more and more. This was not a one-off. Many pictures were released since then. He just recently also released Amy Adams as Lois
Oh,
Lane
yeah,
as
yeah.
well. And all the actors can get back into shape and whatever. I mean, it's not a problem,
Yeah.
really. So, could happen.
Also, if he wants to do the Dark Knight Returns, Ben Affleck will be okay for that, because that's older Batman. He won't be as old as in the comic, but still.
Yeah. Also,
Keep it right, yeah.
there will be no longer the Warner Brothers old executives are going to breathe down Zack and Ben Affleck's neck, demanding how things should be. So they will have totally creative freedom. It seems like if they get under Paramount, maybe even if they get under Netflix, because that's gonna be probably the condition
Yeah.
for Zack to agree to any of this. So we see what's gonna happen. This battle with Paramount and Netflix is just the craziest thing that we've seen from that side
Yeah.
of business. Really, it's
We're
not.
still wondering which will be the better choice, but
Yeah, well, it should be Paramount, but again, they as Tsunami said,
but as Tsunami said, they
they agreed to the Star
did
Trek
the Star
Academy
Trek, yeah.
thing. Like
Yeah.
Tsunami, let me know what you think.
No, it's exactly what I already said. There's evil on both ends of this. Former Obama staff members are on the board at Netflix, so we already know the trouble there. So it'll be Black Batman at some point, or Gay Batman, or Black Gay Batman. But on the Paramount side of things too, you've got Starfleet Academy, which is easily, that's the wokest shit I've seen in a long time. Like, that is crazy amounts of woke. So what's really the good option here? It's unknown. However, there is this behind the scenes battle that's going on between all the major streaming services. They want the IPs. They want to get the monopoly on things. Sooner or later, they're going to have to realize, hey, we're alienating at least half for the United States, at least half of the country of the United States by doing this kind of shit. So what's going to win out? I'm hoping that the almighty dollar wins in the end. And they're just like, hey, we just need to make movies again because no one's going to the theater anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely correct. We'll see what's gonna happen, guys. We are looking at the situation closely, and whoever wins, we're gonna talk about it and just hope for the best. That's the only thing that we can do. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments about this, please. Next news. We just have 15 more minutes here, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Next news. James Gunn DCU Paradise Lost said to be dead. Like, why am I surprised? I'm not surprised. I mean, why am I?
Maybe for the better. Maybe for the better.
I mean, this is gonna be a total disaster, just like everything that James Gunn thought of, and the way that he thinks about things, the way that he presented at the beginning, he had no idea what he was doing. He decided to bring to life B-level, C-level, bottom of the barrel literal heroes. He did that with Creature Commandos. It bombed massively to the point where it's released on YouTube for free.
Yeah. Yeah.
A Superman bomb, which was just acknowledged by Netflix CEO, which the woke people cannot deny unless they're even more delusional than usual.
They're still sweating over that.
Yeah, and now this is
Yeah.
not a surprise at all.
No, not at all.
Not a surprise. So, Tsunami, read this. Let's see quickly what's happening here.
In what should again come as no surprise, James Gunn's DCU appears to have quietly killed off another one of its earliest announced projects. According to John Roca, the planned Themyscira series, Paradise Lost, is no longer happening. Recall how I recently said the same and even said that I doubt that Gunn will be doing a DCU Wonder Woman due to the impending sale of WBD. Paradise Lost reportedly shut down. Speaking on his show, Roca said sources informed him that DC Studios had been meeting with writers and taking pitches for Paradise Lost, but those involved were later told the project was dead. Roca emphasized this is not the case of the show being paused or waiting on the right script. Writers and creatives who pitched storylines were reportedly informed that Paradise Lost is no longer in active development and will not move forward as a TV series. Quote, sources are telling me that DC was meeting with writers for Paradise Lost, was taking pitches for Paradise Lost, but they've been informed that the project is dead. Paradise Lost is dead. It will not be happening as a TV show, and not dead in the sense of like, well, they're just going to wait for a script. They're being told, these writers and these people who have pitched storylines for Paradise Lost to be the showrunners or the writers on Paradise Lost, they've been told that this project is now dead. No longer in active development, dead. And that is a massive bit of news because I think a lot of people felt it was a little weird that you were going to do a Themyscira show but not have Wonder Woman in it. That news is significant given that Paradise Lost's position as a cornerstone of DCU's television slate and one of the earliest projects announced by James Gunn. Now joining lots of the other DCU projects, it's apparently not happening. Gunn shifted the Superman family saga. Cancellation lines up with what my insiders have been reporting for some time. Sources previously indicated that Gunn has pivoted his long-term focus away from the overall DCU towards the Superman family saga. The trades back me up. This shift makes a Wonder Woman-centric future in the DCU increasingly unlikely, same with Batman, at least under Gunn's leadership. Insiders also recently informed us that WBD is now sending the message to Gunn to keep quiet to avoid major announcements that later turn into quiet walkbacks. We've also been told Gunn is out as head of the DCU once WBD is sold. End article.
Yay.
Hopefully.
So yeah, first of all, again, he doesn't know what he's doing. James Gunn that is. Second of all, nobody wants to see a Themyscira show without Wonder Woman. Third of all, we already have freaking Smallville. We already have freaking Gotham.
Yeah. No.
For goodness sakes, whatever makes these other side characters or places relevant is because of the heroes in the first place.
Indeed.
Who made Gotham what it is? Batman.
Yeah.
Who made freaking Smallville or Metropolis what it is? Superman. Who made Themyscira what that is? It's a Wonder Woman.
Hell, who made the Mushroom Kingdom what it is? Super Mario.
Yeah.
Jesus,
Exactly.
So that's it.
I care about the hero.
Yeah.
I don't care about anything else. I care about the hero.
I always thought that people who want to see about the other characters, things about the other characters, like for example, there is a comic book about the GCPD and it's boring, and I say who wants to read that? It's again people who kind of cannot see themselves as the main character, so they want the side characters. They want to see how I want to see how the Gotham GCPD works. Man, it doesn't work. It doesn't work without Batman. That's the same thing here. Themyscira without Wonder Woman. So about who are we going to watch? What is going to happen there? Who cares? Probably he was going to make the Amazon orgy or something like that because he's James Gunn. But again, they were going to put the name Paradise Lost, which is a famous comic book arc with Wonder Woman.
Oh,
so
shocking news. Shocking news.
So what are we doing there?
there?
You put the name so that you get some people watching it because they say, oh, they're adapting Paradise Lost, and then oh no, it's not adapting Paradise Lost. We just use the name for that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just dumb. Just give us the heroes.
Yeah. Tsunami, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I think it's a horrible idea. This just opens the door for James Gunn and his perversions and degeneracy to go ahead and come full circle, if he was to even do that. We already know we'd be hearing about men bad, lesbians everywhere, orgies, and all kinds of other fucking like retarded bullshit.
Exactly
It would
where
have
it's gonna be.
been the Watchmen, not the Watchmen movie, the show that came out about Watchmen afterwards. They would have done the exact same thing. Open Pandora's box to all kinds of fucking leftist, Marxist nonsense. And yeah, it would have been shit. So I'm glad to see they're putting this abomination in the proverbial grave.
Perfection.
Also, probably those Amazons were not going to be Amazons as they should be from the comic books, at least because
Yeah.
Gunn is doing that with all of the characters that he's taking. None of them, not even the least famous of them, are actually what they are in comic books. He can't do that right. He always decides, now I'm going to turn this into an idiot or something like that.
Zack
and,
Snyder
you
did them
know,
amazing.
He did them amazing.
They were all beautiful and
Yeah.
muscular, even still feminine,
Exactly.
badass, kicked ass, did whatever they could.
As they should be, yes,
Yeah.
as they should be. And those Amazons were not going to be the same. It's
exactly.
what he did with the Guardians of the Galaxy too. These are not the Guardians of the Galaxy, guys. Don't behave like that in the comic books. They are not some kind of idiots that like doesn't eat peanuts in the corner there, and not being able to understand talk, just normal talk. He doesn't have the comprehension, and haha, that's funny. Okay, but it's not drugs.
And quick comment about Peacemaker, because I see that Cage said something, question for you guys. I thought Peacemaker season 1 was pretty great, season 2 that bad. Well, first of all, again, it's very bad. The first season for us is not that great, still degenerate. And those are not the characters, those are totally made up characters.
That's what stopped me. Peacemaker does not behave like that in comic books. Freaking Vigilante who is there is not the idiot
Even
that
the
he made
bird.
there. Even the bird. Nobody is as they should be. This is what James Gunn decided. I'm going to transform those characters into.
And season 2, because we
degenerates.
don't have time, season 2 is degeneracy and the most deprived things that you ever seen on screen. I mean, season 1 was kind of like that, but season 2 is taking this to a whole new level. It's not about characters, it's about showing shocking things, full frontal nudity, orgies and stuff.
Yeah.
And this does not belong in DC. This is a totally different direction, something that you would expect from the boys, but not from DC.
Yeah.
And again, Peacemaker is not like that. So James Gunn once again took all the liberties that have to do with complete wokeness, actual racism, one of the episodes that portrayed America as, I mean, otherworldly America, like from another dimension, is super racist, hates black people, whatever. And then you have the sexual disgusting degeneracy. So this is horrible, and it's like cultist,
Absolutely,
cultist, like what a
yeah.
cultist would do.
Just a quick comment, because he also says, actually, I love the Doom Patrol as well. Doom Patrol, I'll give them one thing. It's what the comic book is. Yes, there is the degeneracy and stuff like that there. That's they're adapting the particular run of Doom Patrol that made them kind of more famous. That is from Grant Morrison, who I utterly despise. But anyway, I'll give them that. They adapted as it is. So that's the difference here. The characters are like that in the comic book. That's faithful. That's the difference.
Yeah. But what James Gunn is doing is his own degeneracy, inserting himself into things and his own mindset, how he thinks in real life, and the politics that he believes in. He does that always in whatever he does. And when he was working for Marvel, he was tied to the leg because he already had a boss, Kevin Feige, and he didn't allow him to go full on crazy.
Yeah.
But now he's the boss and he's showing his true face in everything that he does. Creature Commanders is the same thing.
Yeah.
So the difference is, again, is that he's not ever portrayed characters or situations on screen that are like in the comic books. He does not use the source material. He uses his own source material in his own twisted mind. And Doom Patrol is a totally different beast that has nothing to do with James Gunn. It is portrayed how it's supposed to be portrayed on screen. End of story. Now, let us know what you think, though, in the comments, of course. And maybe final news for today, guys. Sophie Turner performs on stunts as Lara Croft first on set video shows Tomb Raider action in Surrey? What? Well, anyways, hold on. What the heck? Why is that on my screen? So, I mean, it's great if she performs her own stunts,
The-
like we see here. That's great. I mean, kudos to her. That's not actually the point. We are going to just talk about her looks as Lara Croft. Now, I did see, I watched Dr. Disrespect's video on this, and he said that he showed the pictures
Disaster.
of. Sorry, yes, yeah.
Yeah, disaster.
Thank you, Dr. Disaster. And got it. Okay, here it is. Actually, there's a video that's even cooler. Hold on. And he said that his wife knows who Lara Croft is, but when he showed the pictures, she was like, "This is Sophie Turner."
Yeah.
She wasn't aware that she is looking at Lara Croft, potentially. So that's the thing. I mean, my mom also knows who Lara Croft is. I can do the same experiment with her and just show Sophie Turner and like and ask her who is this mom. She doesn't actually know Sophie Turner. So I just can't, guys. I mean, again, we like Sophie Turner as an actress. She's not fitting
She's just not fitting
the type of Lara
type, yeah.
at all.
That's it.
Why, at least, why didn't they dye her hair? Lara Croft is not a red hair / ginger.
Yeah,
or
she performed her own stunts, but she couldn't perform dyeing her hair.
or perform actually playing Lara Croft.
Yeah. Well,
And
that's
this
the
is
trailer of the Netflix.
that's the abomination that everybody hates. And Lara looks like a guy here. Anyway, so let's check this out up close. So I mean, yeah, this is a parachute scene, whatever, who cares? I mean, the weather is bad. You know, some people say she's supposed to wear her iconic outfit. She has outfits in the games that are for bad weather.
And for the environment that she's in. So okay, let's say that this makes sense. Bad weather,
Yeah.
she's
She
going
has
down with a
to-
parachute.
I mean, she can't wear a super naked outfit, revealing outfit when it's like super cold. It doesn't make any sense in the movie. That's reality.
I mean, Angelina Jolie also had different outfits in that. I remember that underwater suit. She was even on the cover for the movie with that. But again, you see.
But still, you see Lara Croft.
Problem is here that we see Sophie Turner.
Yeah. So whatever costume she's supposed to wear in bad weather should look better than this.
Yeah.
And she could have a ponytail. She doesn't have to actually wear the braid. I mean, it's whatever really, because Sophie Turner doesn't
She
look
doesn't
like Lara
it.
anyway. So
The braid won't make her Lara anymore. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it.
So, nah, I mean, yeah, not a fan of whatever this is. And she has a super flat butt, as we expect. That's it, really. What do you think, Tsunami?
I think that this actress, who's fine, I guess, is just not she's not Laura. There's in no way, shape, or form. The red hair is the most glaring thing, aside from the two other things that everyone is thinking. The Solid Snake comparison was hilarious. I probably laughed for like 5 minutes straight when I actually compared a picture of Solid Snake from Metal Gear to this picture, and I was like, oh my god. I think it's really cool that she's trying to put the effort out there for dressing up and like doing stunts and things like that. She just doesn't have. She's not it. She's does not have the it factor whatsoever. I think they should have padded her at least, like Angelina Jolie did.
Yeah, but
Like, she
she
patted
already
her
had
fucking chest.
boobs. I mean, she already had boobs, Angelina Jolie, that is, and they patted her to,
Right.
like, bring her.
Essential that
Yeah, but Sophie Turner has nothing.
she has not.
And she lost
She
all
forgot
of
her
that
boobs, yeah.
when she decided to get ripped for the role.
I'm not even saying that, and I think that I was watching some other videos on this topic, so I'm not going to try and pretend this is like some original thought of my own. Everyone's kind of like talking about this and the goon ability and everything else. I got it. I agree with all that. The real problem is Phoebe Waller-Bridge. That's who's making this show. That's who turned Indiana Jones, like the proud fucking archaeologist, into some drunk piece of shit, divorced, like asshole in the movie. And she's going to go ahead and take all of her fucking feminist nonsense and thrust it into this movie. So, okay, so Sophie Turner, you could have fucking fixed your hair. Okay, Sophie Turner, you could have padded your fucking chest more. Maybe even the butt. Well, like in the end, what's it matter? Who's writing this? Who's behind this project? We already know what we're gonna get. This is gonna be a 100% Sex in the City girl boss type of fucking vibe, and it's gonna be horrifying. It's good. I really think this is gonna be a train wreck. I pray. I fingers crossed that I am wrong about this in every way, shape, or form. I don't mind Sophie Turner. I think she's fine. I mean, she's a bit of a whore and an alcoholic, which I kind of applaud and disgust at the same time. But like, okay, you want to get back on your high horse? You want to do stunts? You want to be a real fucking actor now or actress? Cool. Why don't you work out? Why don't you dye your fucking hair? Why don't you become the fucking character? Not this kind of half-ass attempt at whatever's going on here.
Oh, actually, I mean, a bit of a correction here. She worked out a lot to the point where she has abs now, but that's not Lara Croft.
But that's again.
Lara Croft is sexy.
Abs. Like that's what we're guiding this on. Lara Croft does gymnastics. Her
Yeah.
thighs should be way bigger. Her arms should be bigger for the kind of stuff, the pull-ups and everything else that. Like, I'm sorry. I'm glad she did jazzercise or whatever the fuck shit she did. I read the interview with her too. And, credit to her, I'm giving full credit. She said, I've never worked out before. I didn't have to work out on Game of Thrones because I was Sansa Stark. It didn't make sense. So this is her first effort at it. That's great, Sophie Turner. I think you could have done a hell of a lot more. Can you fix your fucking hair at the very least? Pad your fucking bra. Like, it's not that fucking hard to do to start off with. But taking all that aside, I think that my major concern, like everyone else that said it, because I'm plagiarizing, it's Phoebe Waller-Bridge. What she did to Indiana Jones is unforgivable, and I have a feeling it's what's going to happen with Lara Croft here.
Yeah,
Okay.
Indeed. Probably that's going to be it exactly. So
Okay, bottom line, guys, absolutely correct. Real trouble is Phoebe lower her bridge. Oh my gosh. Sophie Turner's casting is just a reflection of that.
nobody wants to
Literally.
Which,
Yes, probably no one.
yeah.
And while she did work out for this role like crazy, to the point where again she has abs in which she can grind cheese on. That's how defined they are when I saw the pictures. That's not who Lara Croft is. So first of all, like I said before, she has the body structure of an athletic woman that is not the voluptuous figure that we are used to with Lara Croft. Is not the hourglass shape that Lara should have. She is one of those women that, just like me, she has some muscle, but she still looks like this, and she still has a beautiful butt like peach and whatever. And Sophie
There is
Turner
no butt
is
there. She forgot her butt somewhere.
yeah, well, she's from the athletic type of women that are like straight down almost, barely any difference between the width of her waistline and her butt and her hips. That's how she is. That's her structure. So she's just not suitable for this role physically. And whoever is in charge again of how her character should look on screen, they're the people that should tell Sophie Turner, yes, of course you have to dye your hair, but they didn't, because the trend that we see for the last more than 10 years now is that actors are no longer portraying the characters on screen, they're portraying themselves, and that's the problem. We see that with Jason Momoa so many times, we see that with The Rock, we see that with other characters. There's so many actors that don't want to play the role. They want to insert themselves in the role. That's horrible. That's exactly the opposite of what an actor should be.
They're
why am I hiring? I just can't. Why am I hiring you? You piece of shit.
Exactly.
Play this role. You have to embody the role. You have to transform for the role. Otherwise, you're not supposed to play this. There are so many beautiful girls that have the hourglass shape, that are athletic enough, that look like Lara, brown eyes, brown hair, beautiful features in the face. All that. She has a square jaw. She has a square jaw. She doesn't have that triangular shape. She has a square jaw. She's not that type for
She's just
the
not that
time.
type,
Ridiculous. Okay, I really
Nobody said to Jason Momoa, hey man, lose the beard and the long hair, dye it blonde, and then you can play Aquaman.
Yeah. At least she could have focused on training for the ass and glutes. I mean, for the legs and glutes, and more on that side. She can create the hips better, and that is going to focus. I mean, is going to give her some accent on her waistline. If she develop her back, that's gonna make her waist smaller again. It's exactly what I have.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, it looks like what we see there looks like unprofessional cosplay, because professional cosplay actually the person will look like the character.
Yeah, exactly.
This is just the person decides, okay, I'm just going to do that,
So look at this. Look at this.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to look.
That's how Lara should be. Big boobs, small waist.
And
triangular
service.
shape. Okay, fan service is necessary this time. So okay, let me do this. Okay, it's this.
Wake up. Stop listening to chat and fucking go look at the screen right now, you pervs.
I mean, that is it.
Most of the person here.
That's literally Lara Croft's physique. That's it. Here it is. I have it.
Sophie
right
Turner
now.
Thomas.
doesn't have this here.
Okay, now we have to go.
Yeah, now we have to.
With that fan service and proving my point, we have to go.
Yeah.
Also, you know,
There's
you
lots
can
of points now.
you can have muscle and not look like a guy. Also, so I have everything. I just don't look. I also don't look like Lara, but at least I have the body
Yeah, at least that, yeah.
and the butt. Also, you can't see that, but I have it. I train for it a lot. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you at the evening or whatever possible. And yeah, we really gotta go. Tsunami, thank you so much. We covered the most news that we ever did on the stream, literally.
Tight stream.
Thank you guys. Love ya. Until next time with me, the 40K Empress, Logan, and Tsunami. Bye bye.
See you guys.
The 40K Empress leads the way as warriors of the imperium sway into realms where dangers play, where hidden minds hold sway. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Beneath the grand cathedral spires, plots twist like smoldering fires, but with her blade of pure desire, she claims the stars entire. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. For the imperium we prevail. Through storms and battle cries, her banners pierce the darkened skies. With bolter hymns the traitor dies, as loyal warriors arise. Saints and psychers bend the flame, every world speaks her name. The Empress rules without shame, as war she does reclaim. Through stars and storms we rise, under her watchful eyes, with faith and fire will prevail, for the imperium must not fail. The imperium we prevail. The warrior crystal bright, to lift the throne world from its plight and guard humanity's light.